Hey YouTube, it has been quite some time since doing a check-in video, and I keep meaning to do these and then have been so busy and consumed with other things that have taken a little bit higher priority, like getting Scrum Master certified. That happened the first week in January, and also that first week in January I started the 7-week digital project management course, and I just finished that today, and I'm so happy and thrilled and relieved that it's done. So I just wanted to jump on here and give updates and talk about that 7-week course and just get back in the groove of doing these check-ins, because it's really helpful for me to have this kind of accountability and also document the journey, and hope that if ever anybody is in a similar boat where they're going from an incredibly creative position or work environment to something totally different, like being in the tech world, I hope that this can be a good resource for you. So as you can see, my hair has grown a lot. So this is how much time it's actually been since the last since the last check-in video. It's been quite a few months. So like I mentioned, I got Scrum Master certified at the beginning of February. That was awesome, and I chose to wait a few months into being a project manager, because I wanted to have a better idea of what it was all about, so I could actually form questions and get more out of the course than if I had just immediately taken that certification when I very first started being an IT project manager. And I'm really glad that I waited, because it just gave me a chance to observe and build a bank of questions that I wanted to get answers from during the Scrum Master course. So I learned a lot from that. I also connected with a few other project managers and Scrum Masters, which is great. I love learning from other people, especially people that have way more experience than me and can help me and just expedite the process of troubleshooting or getting on track and getting my operation team efficiency and magic on the right path. So that was great. Yeah, it was really helpful to meet those other Scrum Masters, project managers, and ask them how they operate their teams and what kind of tools they use to manage projects, and just what their process looks like with their team. Like, how rigid or not are they with Scrum and the ceremonies involved. It's kind of funny, because some people, from what I have learned, keep Scrum in a box like this, even though it is an agile methodology. They aren't willing to be flexible, which to me seems silly and counterintuitive, but maybe that's just me. Anyway, so that same week I started the digital project management course. It was a 7-week course. It was awesome, a very intense for me 7 weeks, because a lot of these concepts and the assignments we had to do were brand new and I've never done before. However, I figured doing something like this is way better and more approachable to me than reading through the PMBOK, because we know how exciting that book is. Oh, the PMBOK. Anyway, so through the course, we created a project brief, a project estimate, timeline, statement of work, a change request, and there was lots of reflection along the way, like what are the things you learned this week? What are you going to apply or do differently based on the things you learned? Something that I really liked about the course is that we graded each other's assignments. So I got to see what some of my peers' work looked like. It was really cool to get to see how other people create estimates, how other people create timelines, statements of work, what people do or don't include, how they word things, how they phrase things, what assumptions, what dependencies they include. It was really awesome to get to learn from other people that have a lot more experience than I do in the project management field. So I really, really liked that. At first, I did feel a little hesitant about letting other people see my work because I am so new to this, but I mean, how else do you get better unless you get that feedback, that honest feedback? So it kind of was like a little kick in the butt that I needed to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can and putting as much time into each assignment as possible and what it actually deserved to produce the best work that I could. So I learned a lot. Every week I was like, I hope to never have to do this again. I hope I never have to make an estimate again. I hope I never have to make a statement of work again. I hope I never have to make a change request again. But then I must be some kind of masochist because I volunteered to create a statement of work for an upcoming project that we're doing. And it's not required, but I mean, what does it hurt to get a little bit more practice doing something like that just to organize thoughts and put things together? Because who knows when I will have to do something like that, and I would rather be a little bit more prepared by participating in practice, something that's a little lower stakes than, okay, we need this thing done for this actual real project and this is going to the CEO. Yeah, so I'd way rather be prepared and practice that now and just cover my ass. So yeah, I think I'm crazy, but it's okay. I'll make it through, and luckily I have great team members that will be supportive and helpful while I do create that. So yes, this is just going to be a brief. I'm going to close this out here pretty shortly, but I do plan on getting back on track with these weekly check-ins. There's just been a lot going on. Like, the beginning of the year came around and it just seemed like an explosion of lots and lots and lots and lots of things, and then these 2 trainings too. So that's where my focus has been. However, things are going well, and now that I'm starting to get a better understanding and feel for my teams and how to run them, I am starting to incorporate more learning because I still have an interest in security and definitely still see myself going in that direction. And yeah, just taking little bite-sized chunks where I can and building the blocks on top of each other. I don't think learning project management or having experience with that is ever going to be something that's a waste of time. That those skills and that experience seems incredibly helpful to any field that I go into, whether even continue in tech or something else. Organization, communication, prioritizing, that's incredibly important to understand how to do and always keep in your back pocket. So I will be back with more. Thank you for tuning in. I also think we'll be doing more podcasts again soon. I sure hope so, because talking with Jen is one of my favorite things ever. And she's amazing and is doing so many incredible things, speaking at all kinds of rad conferences, events, and just sharing so much information and experience and her expertise with the industry. It's rad. She's incredible, and I feel so fortunate to know her on this journey. There's no way I would even be where I am if it wasn't for her. So Jen, if you watch this, thank you. I appreciate you so very much. And that's all for today. Have a nice day. Thanks again for tuning in. Also, you can subscribe to this channel for more updates if you would be so kind as to do so, or share the word with other creatives that you know are interested in making the change to a position in the tech world. I hope, like I said at the beginning, I hope this can be a resource for people that are also in my position. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.